Harold Mann back with you at Vince Beck Stadium in Beaumont, about set to get game two between the Beaumont Oil Barons and the Pinewood TimberHogs. We're going to get this lineup as we go in this 7-inning game because they were just turned in and we're about set to get it going. Seth Hubbard on the mound for the Oil Barons. Getting his warm-up tosses in. Shamar Stapleton will lead it off here in the top half of the first inning. Stapleton in the sixth hole. 4 for 4 with 3 runs scored in that first game. Won by Pineywoods of 14-3. First pitch is a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Ball goes off the pitcher to Hubbard. He recovers, fires on to first in time for the putout. 1-3 for out number 1. Batting second is the catcher, Drew Flores. He had a couple of base hits and a couple runs scored in that first game. They're checking out Seth Hubbard, making sure he's okay. Drew Flores steps in. Count at 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2. 1 down here in the top half of the first inning, game 2. We're scheduled to go 7. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We're out number 2. Keslin Douglas, third baseman, 1 for 4 in the first game with a couple RBIs on a double. Douglas serves as a player coach for Pineywoods. First pitch swinging, sends it popped up on the infield. First baseman for the Oil Barons, Ben Larson, goes over and makes the catch for out number 1. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left aboard. After a half inning of baseball, it is Pineywoods nothing, Beaumont coming to bat. No score headed into the bottom of the first inning. Rupert Watson warming up for the Pinewood TimberHogs. Watson in game one walked, singled, a bases loaded walk, and a ground out. He had a couple of RBI. So no designated hitter in the lineup for the Pinewood TimberHogs. Texas Wild Art fan, I agree. Few things are better than baseball on the 4th of July. Matter of fact, in honor of the 4th of July, I had a hot dog in between games. May regret that later. Setting the defense for Beaumont. Cruz is in left field. McCoy and, that's setting you the defense for the Pineywoods. TimberHogs. Cruz in left. McCoy in center. Stapleton in left. Douglas at third. Day at shortstop. Gwynn at second base. First baseman is Smith. Catching is Flores. And on the mound is Watson. Jermaine Brown, 1 for 3 at the run scored in that first game, won by Pinewood 15-3. Pinewood looking for the sweep after winning last night 4-2. So the Oil Barons are looking to salvage this third game of the series. Jermaine Brown pitches up for a ball. One ball, one strike to 1-1 pitch. Misses outside for a ball, 2-1. Fouled on the third base side, evens it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of fun between games watching the kids run the bases. Most of them took 2 laps. I'm one of these guys that would make it halfway between home and first, and I'm out. Good looking pitch, just missed. Ball 3, 3-2. Didn't miss by much. So we're set for a 3-2 pitch here in the bottom of the first inning. Lead off Jermaine Brown. There's a ground ball to second. Gwynn scoops it up, fires on to first for out number 1. Eddie Molina, shortstop for the Oil Barons, had an RBI single, 1 for 3 in game 1. Watson inside for a ball on Molina. There's a base hit into right center field. I think a lot of fireworks in the background. I think we're about 30 minutes away before it could get loud with the City of Beaumont's display. Batting third, center fielder B.G. Santana. 0 for 3. Couple of fielder choice and a strikeout in game one. Let's see what Molina wants to do at first base. Staying put, ball bounces, blocked nicely there by Drew Flores, the catcher. Fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Watson with 1 on and 1 out here in the first. Comes in with the pitch. High chopper towards third. That's going to be a foul ball. Lead off first base. The ball swung on. That's going to be a fair ball down the left side. Left fielder for the TimberHogs gets over there and cuts it off. That's Stapleton did a really good job. But the runners at first and second and only 1 out for Beaumont here in the bottom of the first inning. Michael Perez, who in the first game 2 for 2, got a walk, single scored, and another single. Oil burns the runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning of a scoreless game. Top of the inning, Pineywoods went in order 1, 2, 3. Something they did not do in the first game. Here's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. With Watson. Pitch fouled back. Stays at 0 and 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. For the second out of the inning. Here's the DH, Ray Velez. First game as DH slice pitcher. Walked, singled, and struck out. Came in and pitched in the 5th inning. Takes a swipe at it, comes up empty, no balls, 1 strike. Comes the 0-1. There's a ground ball towards third, and just going to tag the runner out. He went out of the base pass anyway, so that'll be a 5 unassisted to get the runner going to third, and a force out fielder's choice for Velez. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left aboard. We're scoreless after 1. We head to the top of the second inning here at Vincent Beck Stadium, game 2 of a doubleheader between your Beaumont Oil Barons and our visitors, Pineywoods TimberHogs. 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order due up here for Pineywoods. Setting the defense for Beaumont. Gabriel Rebozo's in right field. B.G. Santana in center. Gabriel's in right field. B.J. Santana in center. And in left field is Michael Perez. Around the infield from third across, Jermaine Brown at third. Eddie Molina at shortstop. Second baseman tonight for the Oil Barons is Chandler Martindale. First baseman Ben Larson. Catching is Dylan Whitmire. And on the mound is Seth Hubbard. Ramos Cruz, right fielder, takes the first pitch for a called strike. In the earlier game, Cruz was 1 for 4. Swings and misses for a strike. It's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, high for a ball, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. There's a ball knocked down by Hubbard. Picks it up, throws on to first base in time for the putout. Nice recovery there for the Oil Barons. On the mound was Seth Hubbard. 1-3 on to put out. Nobody on, 1 out for Andrew Smith, first baseman. He had the complete game on the mound in game 1, where he was 3 for 4, but reached all 4 times, one of them on an error. Scored 3 runs. One ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. Way upstairs for ball 3, 3 and 1. Draws a 1-out walk. Smith does. For Watson. Rupert Watson, the pitcher. Played shortstop in the first game. Walked a couple times, scored a run, base hit, drove in a run on a ground out. There's a bunt up the first base side. That's a good bunt. Pitcher covering, diving into first base. He's safe. Good hustle there by Watson for the bunt single. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Armand Day at shortstop. He's been playing second base last night. Again, earlier today he was at second. Struck out. Had a ground out with an RBI, fielder's choice, and scored. Walked and scored. First pitch bounces in, blocked nicely there by Whitmire. One ball and no strikes. 2 on, 1 out. High and outside for a ball, 2-0. Seth Hubbard for the Oil Barons comes in. He's going to throw the ball into center field on a pickoff attempt. Runners will advance. Second baseman for the Barons, Martindale, got over there late. And the ball ended up in center field. Advancing on the air to third base is Smith. Watson goes to second. 2 balls, no strikes on Day. 3 balls, no strikes. That pitch was up. Infield comes in. Taking all the way, called strike, goes 3-1. Straight away in center, left and right for the Oil Barons outfield. 3 balls, 1 strike, 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. It's a big pitch there. And so's this next one coming up. Ready for a 3-2, 1 out pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him for the second out of the inning. Cameron McCoy, center fielder, singled, struck out, grounded out, tripled and scored. But he comes up there with runners at second and third, 2 outs. Hubbard trying to get it out of this inning here, scoreless for the Oil Barons. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss for a strike, 1-1. Ground out, walk, single, strikeout, runners at second and third. Good pitch. Called strike 2 on the corner, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1-2 pitch. Fouls it away. No score, top of the second inning. Fouled on the right side. Stays at 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to get out of the inning. Good battle back there for Seth Hubbard. Top of the second inning, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left. Head to the bottom of the second inning. Vincent Beck Stadium. It's the Oil Barons and Pineywoods. No score. Six, seven, eight coming up for the Oil Barons here in the bottom of the second inning. Gabriel Rebozo did not play in that first game. Rebozo, one of the new additions here recently for the Oil Barons. Steps in, first pitch on the way to him, misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Scheduled to go 7. First game in at after 5 due to a mercy rule. 15 to 3 was that final. Ball hit out towards right field and coming in trying to make the catch. Throw towards second. Now the ball gets away. As right fielder Cruz came in, had a long way to run, couldn't come up with it after he made a dive for it. And kind of scooted away a little bit. That'll be a double. First baseman Ben Larson walks up to the plate. First pitch misses outside. Nope, catches the outside corner for a called strike. Whitmire waits on deck. Here's the 0-1 pitch way outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is on the way. Low and inside for a ball, 2-1. Watson with the 2-1 pitch. He just nipped the inside corner for a called strike. 2-2. Pitch under his hands a little bit. Must have caught the inside corner. 2-2 pitch bounces. Fouled back. Apologize. That's a strikeout. I want to go back to Rebozo. He actually singled, and he was thrown out trying to make it a double. So that was the first out of the inning. Now Larson strikes out. Apologize that I missed that one. I looked up and there's nobody at second base. Whitmire. Ball one ball, no strikes. So I want to apologize for that. He does get credited for a single, but thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Two balls, no strikes. So the bases are empty. Here comes the 2-0. High for a ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. 3-0 pitch underway. Ball 4. A 2-out walk. So we're going to set up the inning again for you. Rebozo single, tried to extend it into a double, was thrown out. Larson goes down swinging. Now Whitmire walks. The number 9 man in the batting order for the Oil Burns. Chandler Martindale steps in the batter's box. Martindale did not play in the first game. Won 15-3 by Pineywoods. 15 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. 3-9-2 for the Oil Burns in that first game. Here's a ground ball to third. Douglas goes the short way to second to end the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played 2 innings of baseball. We are scoreless at Vincent Beck Stadium. Baseball at Vincent Beck Stadium, Oil Barons baseball on America's birthday. Happy 250th Miss Liberty. 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order here in the third inning. Coming up for Pineywoods. Seth Hubbard finishing his warm-up tosses. In case you're wondering about Astros baseball on this 4th of July. Tampa Bay and Houston over at Dyken Park in H-Town, tied up at 8. After 8.
Leading off for Pineywoods in the third inning, 99, second baseman, 17,
Andrew Gwynn leads it off 9, 1, and 2. Lefty Hubbard comes in. Pitch misses, ball 1. There's a called strike. It's 2-1. Ball 3, 3-1. Called strike 2. Gwynn started to toss that bat over towards the third base dugout. Andrew thought that was ball 4, but he's rang up for strike 2. Three-two pitch. There's ball 4. Might even hit him. I don't know. The leadoff base runner turns over the top of the order. Shamar Stapleton led the game off by hitting one off the pitcher, Seth Hubbard, who recovered and threw him out. Pitch up for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. And the toss to first got him picked off, going to second, throw down, and they will tag him out. On a caught stealing. One ball, no strikes on Stapleton. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0. Three and 0. Pitch back to the backstop. 3 balls, no strikes. Here comes the 3-0. Green light swinging. It's a fly ball to right. And the catch made out in right field by Rebozo. 2 outs in the inning.
Catcher number 3, Drew Flores.
Drew Flores struck out in the first inning. Bases empty, 2 down. There's a swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses for a ball, 1-1. Ground ball toward second. Underhand toss in the inning with Martindale. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left aboard. Head to the home after the 3rd inning. Here in Beaumont, remains scoreless between Pineywoods and the Oil Barons. Top of the batting order for the Oil Barons as we move to the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Leading off for your Oil Barons, third baseman number 12,
Jermaine Brown grounded to second in the bottom of the 1st. No Oil Barons baseball tomorrow. It's going to be an off day with the doubleheader today. First pitch is a curveball, stays inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Same spot, 2-0. One hopper deep short, fire across, high throw. And not in time. That'll be an infield single.
Shortstop, number 20, Eddie Molina.
Leadoff single here in the bottom of the third. Molina steps in. Eddie, the shortstop, takes a pitch high for a ball. Popped up. Foul territory. First baseman Smith comes in and makes the catch. Andrew Smith.
Number 13, Santana.
One out in the inning for center fielder B.G. Santana. He had a base hit in the first inning. Santana waits with the runner on first base. First pitch low and outside. There's a grounder towards short. Second for one. They're going to say, is he out? The ball came out, but did he drop the ball, transferring the ball from his glove? And that's going to be the case. He dropped the ball, transferring it out of his glove to make the return throw. It'll be a fielder's choice for Santana. And they get the lead runner 6-4 for the second out. Michael Perez, left fielder, is a strikeout victim. First pitch off speed, up for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a fly ball lifted out towards left center field. Long way to run. That ball's going to bounce in. Rounding third, heading towards home with the first run of the game is Santana on the RBI double by Perez. 1-0 Oil Barons.
The designated hitter, number 15, Ray Velez.
Ray Velez is a DH. He grounded into a force out. He's 0 for 1. There goes your runner from second to third. Ground ball foul, third base side. Good scoop, coach, over at third. A single, a pop out, fielder's choice, and now an RBI double. Beaumont has taken a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Curveball up at the letters for a called strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. There goes your runner. Throw to third. Sliding past it. Did he come off the bag? No, he did not. Stolen base. So a potential run 90 feet up the line for Beaumont. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. However, the Oil Barons pick up 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 3 innings of baseball. Here at Vincent Beck Stadium, it is Beaumont 1, Pineywoods nothing. Harold, man, we do apologize for that. We're back at Vincent Beck Stadium. Douglas started the inning by grounding out. And now ball out, but the left field shaking up. Michael Perez, the left fielder. Looks like Perez is getting to his feet and left. Again, I'm not really sure what happened out there in left field. Now it looks like now there he's going back out there. I was going to say Cruz had left first base. He went over to the dugout. Now he's walking back to first. Perez is going to stay out there. So we're set to go here. Runner at first and one out. Meanwhile, Hubbard to get a few warm-up tosses in. Lefty's pitching a fine game. 1-0 Beaumont here in the top half of the fourth inning. 1 on, 1 out. Brings up first baseman Andrew Smith. He walked his first time up. First pitch to him is a ball fouled third base side. No balls, one strike. Oh and 2. Seth Hubbard ready to come in with the 0-2. Time call. Something happened there. As Smith comes out of the batter's box. Maybe some of those pellets or something got up and got in his eye. Just as Hubbard was ready to deliver. Something got into his eye. And they're looking at him. Game that was moving along as we get here to fourth inning just came to a screeching halt. So we're about set to get going again. With no balls and 2 strikes on Andrew Smith. The 0-2 pitch underway is a ball heading up the middle and on into center field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles after a ground out. Pitcher Rupert Watson due up. Getting some instructions from head coach down at third base.
Pitcher number 15, Rupert Watson.
Watson with a bunt single his first time up. As a shortstop, had a hit and a couple of RBI, or a one RBI, and a run scored in the opener. Shows bunt again, pulls the bat back. Ben Larson at first base comes charging in. One ball, no strikes. Squares, bunts it foul. Third base side, count goes 1-2. Well, the first pitch might have been called a ball, so it could be 1-1 now. Runners at first and second with one out. Shows bunt again. This time he gets it down third base. Coming up, throwing wildly. Run will score. Now they're going to put the brakes on. Ties the game up. That'll be a sac bunt and then an error on Beaumont. Runners at the corners in a 1-1 game. For Armand Day. Armand Day, strikeout victim. Back in the second inning, runners on the corners and one out in a 1-1 game. Hubbard steps off. Pitch is a wild pitch. That'll get the runner to second. It was a nice, convenient bounce back to Whitmire, so the runner stayed at third. One ball, no strikes. Infield comes in. 1-1 tie here in the top of the fourth inning. That's going to be fouled over by the Pineywoods dugout. Nobody throwing in the Beaumont bullpen. There is somebody down in the bullpen area. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Big strike there for Seth Hubbard. There's the 1-2 pitch, bounces up to block nicely. Good job there with the block by Whitmire. Dillon just saved a run. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Two pitch, high, ball 3. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 3-2 pitch on the way. Popped up, foul territory. Jermaine Brown, third baseman, comes over and makes the catch for out number 2. Big pitch here and a big out to get that second out of the inning. for the Oil Burns.
Center fielder number 11, Cameron McCoy.
McCoy struck out in the second inning. Beaumont trying to get out of this inning with only giving up that one run. Called strike one on the inside corner. Evens up the count and a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch, high for a ball, going up high, pulling it out of the sky. Whitmire possibly saving another run by keeping that one from going over his head. 2-1. That ball's hit out to left field and will be caught out there by Perez with the final out of the inning. Top of the fourth inning for Pineywoods. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left aboard. Head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It is tied at 1. Tied at 4 as we move to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Gabriel Rebozo singled his first time up, throwing out trying to stretch it into a double. 1-1 tie here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Oil Barons are going to try to salvage a third game of this 3-game series, losing last night and losing earlier this evening. First pitch bends them away. 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Called strike one. Rupert Watson goes 3-1. Last night for the Pineywoods TimberHogs, Nate Hawkins pitched a complete game. There's a ball into left field for a base hit past the diving shortstop Day.
First baseman, number 30, Ben Lunson.
That is now 6 hits for the Oil Barons. I was saying Nate Hawkins pitched a complete game last night for Pineywoods. Earlier today, Andrew Smith pitched a complete game. They've only used 2 pitchers through the first 2 ball games. Rupert Watson set to come in with a 1-0 pitch. Misses ball 2, 2-0 on Big Ben. Inside ball 3. Talked to him a little bit yesterday. Really nice kid out of Lee Summit, Missouri. Don't know if he likes being called Big Ben or not, but he is big and he's Ben. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Swinging green light on 3-0. Fouls it back. Goes 3-1. Ben could be selective again on a 3-1 hitter's pitch count. Pops that up to right, toward right, left field, long run, and the ball's dropped out in left field. And runners will be at second and third. That was a long run for Stapleton, Shamar Stapleton. Runners at second and third on the double by Ben Larson. So the Oil Barons with a chance here in the home half of the 4th inning to retake the lead. Runners at second and third with nobody out. Dylan Whitmire walked back in the 2nd inning. Pitch misses for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Called strike 1. Excuse me, called strike 2. It's 1-2. Just gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the screen. Stays at 1-2. Try to check his swing. Could not. Tagged out following the strike 3 swinging. Went out in the inning. Number 9 hitter in the batting order is Chandler Martindale. Let's check this. Going to get a pinch hitter for the Oil Barons. Cameron Dixon. So Cameron Dixon will pinch hit here. First pitch up for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. First base is open with 2 outs. I'm sorry, with 1 out and 2 on. That ball's popped up and will be caught right at the home plate by Flores for the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the batting order. Jermaine Brown grounded to second and singled. Barons need some 2-out help from Jermaine right here. He could really help out his team with a base wrap. Curveball crosses on the inside corner for a called strike. Pitch up and behind him. Ball 1-1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2 at the knees. As Rupert Watson trying to pitch out of a jam here in the 4th. He's ahead in the count 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back over towards the dugout. Got that high leg kick and holds it before he delivers. Now he's stretching a little bit. I wonder if he's feeling the effects of the humid southeast Texas. Looks in, steps back. Comes in with the pitch. Line down the right side. That is going to be a fair ball. And will score 2 runs on the 2 RBI double by Jermaine Brown. Larson and Robizo both scoring on that. And the Oil Barons have taken a 3-1 lead here in the 4th inning. Pitch bounces up for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Curveball catches the inside corner. Clutch hitting by Jermaine Brown. He is 2 for 3 in this game with 2 RBI. Beaumont leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 7-inning game. Two-one pitch that's fouled over by the TimberHogs dugout. Set for a 2-2 two-out pitch to Eddie Molina. Upstairs for a ball, 3-2. Three-one, ball 4, walked him. BG Santana Santana 1 for 2 with a run scored. Single, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Heavy swing. Popped up right side. Coming over. And can't make in the play. The first baseman, Smith. Andrew Smith over at first. No balls, 1 strike. High for a ball, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Foul to the screen. 1-2. Ball lifted up. And second baseman falling down, making the catch for the third out of the inning is Andrew Gwynn. Big 2-out hit, double by Jermaine Brown. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left. We've played 4 innings of baseball from Vincent Beck Stadium. Our new score, Beaumont 3, Pineywoods 1. Justin Nolan, the new pitcher in the game for the Oil Burns through last night, did pretty well in his limited work last night. He's the brother of second baseman for the Oil Barons. You apologize, Brendan Nolan. Three balls, no strikes on the number 9 hitter, Andrew Gwynn. 3-0 pitch. Walked him on 4 straight. Shamar Stapleton. He's 0 for 2, grounded back to the mound off the foot of then pitcher Hubbard, who recovered and threw him out. And then right field fly out. First pitch is called strike 1. Low and inside for a ball, evens it up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, hit out towards right field. Caught for out number 1 by Gabriel Rebozo.
Catcher number 3,
Drew Flores struck out and grounded out. It is a 3-1 game, Beaumont here in the top of the 5th inning. There's a roller towards third. Jermaine Brown gloves it, throws across. The ball gets by first baseman Ben Larson. That'll be a 2-base error. To third base goes Gwynn. To second base goes Flores. And Keslin Douglas will come to the plate with runners at second and third and 1 out. Douglas, after in game 1 today, 2 RBI double. Also a double last night. He has an opportunity here with the infield coming in. First pitch to him, tucks inside, ball 1, no strikes. Nolan's 1-0 pitch on the way, heavy swing and a miss. He was trying to give Pineywoods the lead with 1 swing. Knee went down into the batter's box after the swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Slaps it out into center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score. It is a 3-2 game. Gwynn scores. Flores stops at the third. And an RBI single for Douglas. Good piece of hitting there by Keslin. Just reached the bat out, slapped it into center field for the RBI single. It is a 3-2 game. Ramos Cruz takes a called strike, 0-1. Nolan ready to come in with the 0-1. Swinging, fouls it off right side. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. A big strikeout to get the second out of the inning. 2 down for Andrew Smith.
First baseman number 12, Andrew Smith.
Smith has walked and singled after getting 3 hits in the first game. 4 hits in the 2 games here tonight. Ball 2, 2-0. Runners at the corners with 2 down. A walk, fly out, double, RBI single, and a strikeout. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1, 2-1. Justin Nolan in relief of Seth Hubbard. Nolan comes in with the pitch inside for a ball, 3-1. With 2 outs in the inning, can't worry about the 2 runners on the base paths for Justin Nolan. Just attack that hitter, get that 3rd out of the inning. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Strike 3, got him. Back-to-back strikeouts in the inning. 1 run on 1 hit. 2 men left aboard. Head to the bottom of the 5th inning there at Vincent Beck Stadium in Beaumont. The Oil Barons leading it 3-2 over the Pineywoods. Head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, Vincent Beck Stadium. 4, 5, and 6 in a batting order coming up for the Oil Barons. Starting with Michael Perez. Struck out. RBI double.
Leading off for your Oil Barons, the left fielder, number 6, Michael Perez.
First pitch misses for a ball badly, bounces about 1.5 feet in front of the plate. Hit out to the outfield. That ball's going to find its way to the wall, and it'll be a leadoff double for Perez. Now Perez is bringing his hitting gear. That's what it is. He was walking towards the dugout. He just taking off that batting gear.
Designated hitter number 15, Ray Velez.
Ray Velez, 0 for 2, fielder's choice and a strikeout. So the Old Barons trying to get that run back. They just gave up. Timeout called by the hitter, Perez. One ball, no strikes. Turn and look and a fake throw to second. Nice backhand there. Saving a run, Flores. Saving the runner from going from second to third. Ball popped back up over the top of the press box in a 3-2 game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They call it balk? Let's call it a balk. So the runner goes to third base on a balk. So now a runner at third with nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. So Beaumont with an opportunity to add an insurance run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, this is a 7-inning game. 3 balls, no strikes on Velez. Drops in with a strike. 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, goes 3-2. Infield is in for Pineywoods. Want to cut that run off out at the plate following a double and a balk. 3-2 pitch. Hits it on the right side. Ball's caught, tagging. Here comes the throw. Not in time. A sac fly. Back to a 2-run lead. Went out in the inning on the sac fly by Ray Velez.
Right fielder number 22, Gabriel Rebozo.
Gabriel Rebozo steps in. Rebozo singled, though now trying to stretch it into a double. And then he had another single and scored a run. So he's 2 for 2 with a run scored. Down in the count, no balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside for a ball, evens it up at a ball and a strike. Up for a ball, 2-1. Called strike 2, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch on the way. That's popped up into the stands. Stays at 2-2. 4-2 Oil Barons here in the fifth inning. Two balls, two strikes. Here comes the 2-2. That's going to be into right center field for a base hit. That's going to find a gap. Rebozo rounding first, on his way to second with a stand-up double. Gabriel, 3 for 3 in this game. And he ends up at third base when the ball gets away. So that'll be an error on that side of it. Get a visit to the mound. Four 2 Oil Barons. Ben Larson stepping in to Oil Barons first baseman. Strikeout, doubled, and scored. Actually got thrown out at third base. Now the umpires got together. And it's going to be an out trying to get to third, so the bases are empty. First pitch fouled back. 4-2, bases empty. And 2 outs. So the umpires end up calling Rebozo out at third. Pitch fouled back on the left side. It's 0-2. So Larson's got to dig in here. Ben's got to try to extend it here in the fifth. Down to the count 0-2. Misses with the ball. Just gets a piece of it. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High for a ball, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. Tried to hold back. Appeal down to the first base umpire with the left-handed hitter. That'd be hard to see from that angle. Here comes the 3-2, 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, strike three to end the inning.
In the inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
Oil Barons had a run. Back up by 2 as we head to the 6th. It's a 4-2 game. Beaumont leads at 4-2 as we move to the top half of the 6th inning. 6, 7, 8 and a batting order due up here for Pineywoods, starting off with the pitcher, Rupert Watson. Justin Nolan out there. First pitch, fastball upstairs for a ball. Bunt single and reached on an error. Called strike one, 1-1. Two balls, one strike. Three and one. With the day waiting on deck. Ball 4, walked him. Leadoff man here in the top of the 6th inning. And here is Day. Armand Day. 0 for 2, strikeout and a pop out. There's a bunt, first base side, and had a roll foul. Dave's going to go talk to his head coach. Top of the sixth inning, Beaumont leads it here 4-2. Runner on first, nobody out for Pineywoods. Nolan ready to come in with an 0-1 pitch. Low and inside for a ball, one strike. I'm on Day. Shows bunt comes up empty. Parents in town this weekend from Baton Rouge. He went to Loyola of New Orleans and most recently played at Wiley College. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner going on 1-2. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Not in time. So it'll be a stolen base, but you also get the strikeout in the batter's box. 1 out in the inning. Cameron McCoy, center fielder, he's 0 for 2. Struck out and flew out. Takes the first pitch down for a ball. Oh, 1 pitch fouled back. It's 0-2. Nolan comes in with the 0-2 pitch. It's fouled on the right side. Pineywoods runs coming in the 4th and 5th. Beaumont into 3rd, 2 into 4th, 1 into 5th. It is a 4-2 game. Lifted out of play. Stays 0-2. Runner at second base with 1 out. There's a ground ball towards second. Fire to first for out number 2. Dixon to Larson. Going to third base is Watson. 2 outs in the inning for catcher Gwynn. You get a pinch hitter. Malik Berrien. Berrien's batting for Gwynn. First pitch is up. Berrien got the start in the first game in left field. Was 1 for 2. Walked and scored. Singled and scored. 1 ball, no strikes. A 1-0 pitch. Misses inside. Catches the inside corner for a called strike. He was it up at a ball and a strike. Nice pitch. Strike 2. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Already fouled that off. I'm sorry, did get a piece of it. I was watching Nolan on the mound slip and fall about the time Gwynn was swinging. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled back to the screen. Stays 1-2. One-two pitch misses ball 2. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Just a little bit. Runner at third base. 2 outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On the pinch hitter, Berrien. Here comes the 3-2. Lifted in the air on the infield. Jermaine Brown, third baseman, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Beaumont looking maybe for an insurance run or 2 as we move to the bottom of the 6th, leading 4-2. Whitmire to lead it off here. Keslin Douglas now the new pitcher in the game. Here's a ball fielded at third base. Fouled across in time for the putout with Douglas coming in to pitch. Watson goes to third. 5-3 on the putout here in the top half of the 6th inning. Second baseman Cameron Dixon steps in. He popped out to foul to the catcher his first time up. First pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Douglas comes in with the off-speed pitch called strike 1. He is a quick worker. He's on that mound. He's ready to go. Dixon steps out of the batter's box, now back in. Keslin ready to come in with the pitch. Misses for a ball. Ball 2. Board says 2-2. Peeking ahead to the top of the 7th inning for Pineywoods. They'll have the top of the order up. Beaumont would love to get an insurance run here. Called strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Top of the batting order for Jermaine Brown. Brown has a big hit in this game, a 2 RBI double back into 4th. Looks at the first pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Called strike 1. Tell you what, Keslin Douglas, he's played first base, he's played third base, now pitching. Bounces around for Pineywoods. There's the ball laced into left center field. That'll be down. That'll be an extra base hit. Throwing the ball back to the infield, and it's a 2-out double. How about Jermaine Brown in this game? 3 for 4 with a couple of RBI and 2 doubles.
Shortstop, number 20, Eddie Molina.
Eddie Molina steps in. He singled, popped out, and walked. Douglas calls time once he called out his catcher, Flores, to talk to him. What is that? Spun to throw as if he's going to throw to second base, and it's threw a rainbow out to shortstop. Day. Pitch down for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch way outside for a ball. 2-0. Another throw towards second base. There's a called strike, 3-1. Ball 4 walked him. 2 on for the Oil Barons here in the 6th inning.
Center fielder, number 13, B.G. Santana.
B.G. Santana now steps in. First pitch of him called strike 1. B.G. singled, reached on a fielder's choice and scored and popped out. It is now 0-2. Upstairs for a ball. Ball 2, 2-2. Two pitch downstairs, ball 3. Another bad one will load him up. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 left. We head to the 7th. It's Beaumont 4, Pineywoods 2 in a 7-inning scheduled game. All right, here we go. Oil Baron fans, something special could be in the making. Here we move to the top of the 7th inning. But you got this scrappy Pineywoods team, as we saw in game 1 today, 14 hits. It's Justin Nolan trying to close it out here for Beaumont in the top of the 7th inning. Shamar Stapleton. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shamar grounded out back to the mound to start the ball game. He's flown out to right a couple times. Swing and miss, strike 2. Outside for a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, first out of the 7th. One down for Drew Flores. Outside for a ball. Flores is 1 for 3, struck out, grounded to second, doubled his last time up. There's a swing and a miss. He was up to count at a ball and a strike. Goes a 1-1, sails outside. Two 1 pitch. Pops him up on the infield. Ball will be caught for out number 2 by Eddie Molina at short. Here's Keslin Douglas. Popped out. Grounded to first. RBI single. First pitch swinging. He swings and misses. Big, heavy swing. 0-1. He was wanting to take one out of here. And he gets a ball hit on the infield. Gets under the glove of second baseman Cameron Dixon. So it's a 2-out base runner. On an Oil Baron error. So Douglas reaches with 2 outs to keep the game alive. Ramos Cruz grounded back to the mound, singled and scored, struck out. First outside for a ball. One. Nolan ready to come in with the pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Cruz waits for a 2-0 pitch. And that's a base hit. To center field, so the TimberHogs runners are not going away. They have 2 on and 2 out. Started with a 2-out error followed by a hit. There's 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch called a strike on Smith, who was the winning pitcher earlier today. 1-1 pitch. Get a wall. Ball's going to get away. On a wild pitch, runners advance to second and third. Two balls, 1 strike on Smith. Justin Nolan comes in. There's the ball hit out towards left field, foul territory, and the Oil Bears are going to win it. Third baseman Jermaine Brown goes in and makes the catch, and the Beaumont Oil Barons have snapped, get this, a 24-game losing streak. 3 of those were by forfeit, but 21 on the field, and the Oil Barons get the win over Pineywoods to salvage the sweep. Final score here in Game 2, 4-2. The Oil Barons win it here at Vincent Beck Stadium. Thanks for tuning in to Oil Barons Baseball. I'm Harold Mann.